There have been a few questions about planting cotton behind a failed corn stand, and I think there are really three important things to think about if you're in that situation. The first will be your herbicide rotation restrictions for your burn down and pre-emergent herbicides used in your corn crop. Long residual products will typically have a longer rotation interval back to cotton, so it's not uncommon to find a 10-month or a following year restriction on some of our more popular pre-emergent herbicides in corn. I can tell you from experience that those rotation restrictions are extremely important, and you should pay attention to the herbicide label, and you can also find more information about these in the recommendations from the university, such as the Arkansas MP44. The second thing to think about will be destroying the existing corn stand. My preferred method of doing that is using a herbicide to control corn. If you're going into a broadleaf crop like cotton, then your graminicides are great options like Select, Post, things like Assure. Those will provide excellent control of V1 or V2 stage corn. Once you get up to that 8-inch tall corn, it becomes a little more difficult to control. And if it's at that spike stage, it's going to be hard to control as well. So we need to make sure that we have all that we're going to get up emerged, and then make that application around that V1 or V2 stage. So at that spike stage, they're really difficult to control. Also, you could use a tillage implement, but that's going to destroy the beds that you've got made, and it will also reduce your soil moisture. So my preferred method is obviously with herbicides. The third thing to think about is the pre-emerge or pre-plant nitrogen that you've got underneath that corn crop. Most cotton crops only need between 90 and 120 units of total nitrogen for the entire year, and that's usually what we put underneath the corn crop. So that cotton crop will be really heavily loaded on the front end with nitrogen, and so your first PGR applications, you're going to have to be really timely on them because of that early season nitrogen. So watch out for those three things if you're planning on planting a cotton crop behind a failed corn stand. One more thing to mention is that most companies have a replant policy. Corteva Agrisciences certainly does. So if you're going from Pioneer or Terrell corn to Fighters and Cottonseed, give your sales reps a call and let them fill you in on the economic incentives to do so. If you have any questions, please feel free to call.